Oh man, welcome on back to the channel, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful day out there. Thank you so much for being here. As we listen and continue on to The Raven That Refused to Sing, we're going to listen to the next track here on the album, the second to last track, The Watchmaker, coming in at 11 minutes and 42 seconds. You see, we don't always have to do long songs on Long Song Saturday. Sometimes I try to splash it around a little bit. Anyways, you know, I've never been a watch guy. I think when I was a kid and a teenager, I wanted to be that guy that like wore like a cool watch, but it just didn't like really match me. So it's just never stuck with me. Anyways, The Watchmaker. Sit down, relax, grab a snack, grab a drink. Let's go ahead and take it all in, and we'll talk about it after. Let's go. This does sound like winding the gears on the watch.
The watchmaker works all day and long into the night. He pieces things together despite his failing sight. Though all the cogs connect with such poetic grace, time has left its curse upon this place. Each hour becomes another empty space to fill, wasted with the care and virtues of his skill. The watchmaker buries something deep within his thoughts, a shadow on the staircase of someone from before. This thing is broken now and cannot be repaired. 50 years of compromise, an aging body shared. Do you know there's something I should say? I never really loved you, but I'll miss you anyway.
like how the mellotron swept in with this little... I like that a lot. that second bass. Good melody. And it makes sense from where it came from before. That's good. Great group. Feel that sense of madness in the song. Right down there. That is good. That was great.
Well, you were just meant to be temporary while I waited for gold. Well, filled up the years and I found that I liked having someone to hold. But for you I had to wait. Until one day it was too late.
Along with this piano run, that drum shuffle is really nice. Really nice bass too. What a beautiful section. I like how that came out of there. That's kind of interesting. Well, well, that got a little heavy at the end. All right. I think that The Watchmaker is the best song on the album so far. Hot take, cold take it as you will. That's my take. Yeah, that ending, how deserved. This kind of interesting, like, metal, slight industrial sound to it. I like how every time that breakdown began with the cogs and levers mesh, with that part, that's when the double bass would come in super hard, and then it would move on into like a heavy groove still, but just like a little bit different. That was really good. Marco Miniman on the drums, phenomenal. But I like how it wasn't just like the double bass the whole time. Could have been, but it wasn't. Use it just for that beginning, just for that immediate impact, and then move on into, of course, heavy drums, but just of a different sort. That was really, really nice. And how heavy of a section without necessarily having to do growls. Obviously, I love growls. Don't bother me at all. But I just think it's cool how, like, vocally, it was still, I guess you could say, normal. But just a great ending to the song here. Love the beginning. How quaint, meticulous, quiet it is with that really nice guitar. Of course, Steven singing over it. There's a very beautiful quality to it, but there was also some sort of hidden darkness underneath there. And then, of course, from where it moves on from there, it just goes and goes and goes. Great use of the Mellotron. Awesome use of the Mellotron here, because to me, through all the music that I've listened to here on the channel, you guys know that Mellotron is one of my favorite instruments. Just the sound of it. And how great is it used here, because it does perfectly personify and embody those two qualities that I mentioned. It has this absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, and elegant sound to it, of course, with the strings or the flute settings. But then there's also just kind of like this kind of weird quality to it, where it sounds like it's kind of like a haunted instrument. I don't know. To me, it sounds kind of ghostly at the same time. So in a track like this, which mixes this beautiful elegance with this ghostly haunt, the Mellotron is just a perfect thing to bring into that. The first time it was brought in, it was more of that beautiful quality. The second time we heard it, it was more of that explosive haunt in there. In the middle here, let me pull it back really quick just for a moment, if you don't mind. Yeah, that's good. But I want to get to right there. The piano is played absolutely brilliantly there. And I love how in the beginning we had the guitar that was playing that more romantic, I would say, classical style. And then here we switch into the piano, doing a similar thing, but of course different tones are going to bring about different feelings. So the piano kind of amplified the feelings that we had at the beginning, and the way that it progresses from there was absolutely incredible. Nick Beggs on the bass guitar, I think, would be like a little bit underrated in here, because you're paying attention, or at least I am, to so many other things. There's so much going on, but if you listen to his bass lines throughout all of this, just absolutely incredible, just sizzling throughout. This was a track that, like, on a first listen, just experiencing the journey, I loved it. But this is one that I want to go back to and listen and get this one stuck in my head, because that was extremely, extremely enjoyable. Guthrie Govan on the guitar lead. Yeah, just wonderful. And there's not a ton of lyrics on this one either. The story kind of is spelled out musically and with some hints here. The watchmaker works all day and long into the night. He pieces things together despite his failing sight. Okay, so he's been working for a long time. He's an older chap. Though all the cogs connect with poetic grace, time has left its curse upon this place. Each hour becomes another empty space to fill, wasted with the care and virtues of his skill. The watchmaker buries something deep within his thoughts, a shadow on the staircase of someone from before. So yeah, he's working on this watch, but is there something he's trying to get away from? It says he buries his thoughts. He's trying to hide something, trying to keep or quell something down within him. This thing is broken now and cannot be repaired. Is he talking about the watch or himself? 50 years of compromise and aging bodies shared. Eliza, dear, you know there's something I should say. I never really loved you, but I'll miss you anyway. Did he kill his wife? You were just meant to be temporary while I waited for gold. We filled up the years and I found that I liked having someone to hold. There's so many different directions that you could take the lyrics in. I don't know if his wife just died of natural causes or if he killed his wife and that's what he's trying to keep down. You were meant to be temporary while I waited for gold. He could be talking about his wife. Maybe this marriage was just a thing, I guess you could say, while he was waiting for something better. Or he could be talking about the watch and working on the watch. I don't know. There's a lot you could kind of dive into this with. But you, I had to wait. Oh, I'm sorry. But for you, I had to wait until one day it was too late. Cogs and levers mesh. We are bound in death. Melt the silver down. I'm still inside you. Listen, there's some sort of fishiness going on with this watchmaker, his watch, and I'm assuming his wife. There's something fishy going in amidst this, and I'm not sure of the exact story. Let's see if we can find that here on Wikipedia. This track explores the story of the watchmaker. The guy who's meticulous about his craft, but he never has any kind of emotional outbursts, nor does he express violence or any extreme emotions whatsoever. It concerns a couple who have been together 50 years or more purely because it was convenient. The watchmaker ends up killing his wife and burying her under the floorboards of his workshop. So it's Telltale Heart. This is so Poe. This is Poe all over, right? But of course she comes back because she's been with him for 50 years. She's not going to leave him now. The song concludes when the wife comes back to take him with her, which is another classic ghost story in a way. It's the Telltale Heart, a little bit of Poe in there. All right, I was kind of close. All right, yeah. Great track. Let me know what you all thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me over on Twitter. I stumbled over my words so bad, like I hit a pothole in my vocabulary. Anyways, you can also support the channel on Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, I'm gonna go get a drink of water. Jeez, it's not that bad. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you all later. Bye.